Okay, so I'm going to give a little story, a little context. I've been working for a little while now, trying to secure my parents' home. For you, those who've been watching my video or are in contact with me, know that this is something that's been an ongoing process with them, trying to get this house paid for. Because I'm just claiming and praying that it's going to be paid in full, because I know that that is what the Lord wants me to be doing with this home. I don't want to sell it. I just keep hearing like, you can't afford it, it costs too much, and I don't believe that. That's not what I believe. That's not what I'm believing for. I'm believing that this house is paid in full because this is a resource center. This is a place of worship. This is a place for the community to come when they're in need of things like food and clothing. And I just feel like, I don't have to keep going back and forth with these people about the same thing over and over again, where they're telling me they're losing my information and, keep on hiking up prices and dropping prices and hiking them up, and the insurance and taxes. It's just been a whole roller coaster for years, going on and on and on. But I know that God has resources available and people that are available and willing to give, to where this is not even a concern anymore, and this is not nothing that I have to worry about or be constantly going back and forth with people who are not in the same spiritual space that I am in and trying to stay in. I am believing for miracles. I live every day praying every day with expectancy, with the things that keep saying, you don't have enough, you can't do, nobody's gonna help, this is not gonna happen. But the Lord is telling me, no, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Be patient, wait on the Lord, and be of good courage. These are the things. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. That's what's running over and over in my head. So every time that something happens that brings me closer to my dreams, closer to the vision that God has put in my heart for the circumstances, I have to share it. I haven't been sharing. I haven't been doing it like I need to. But another situation happened the other day. So my car, I've been having problems with my vehicle. It's been a great vehicle. I love it, but it broke down. It just quit working one morning and decided it wanted to take a break. So we're trying to figure out what's wrong with it. We think it's one thing, it's not that. We think it's something else. So we bought an alternator thinking it was going to be the alternator. We bought a battery thinking maybe it was going to be the battery. We put the battery in, and that's what it was. We needed a certain kind of battery for it. So then we have an alternator that is a brand new alternator. We done spent $250 on an alternator, and they're telling us, I called people. I'm like, okay, we need to return the alternator because we don't need it. And how do we go about getting a refund? So I called the 800 number. They was like, as long as you do it within 45 days, it's a full refund. No problem. Just take it to one of the stores that's local. I'm like, okay. So I called the store. They were like, no, we don't do refunds. I was like, okay, well, the 800 number is telling me that all I got to do is bring it in. They was like, well, no, if it's any kind of parts, we don't do refunds. We're not going to be able to refund it for you. I was like, well, is there someone I can speak to? They was like, well, you can ask the general manager, but she's going to probably tell you the same thing. So finally, after some back and forth, because I'm supposed to be going, then things happen. I can't make it. So yesterday I finally get over there, and I had been calling before to make sure she was in, and I kept missing her. Then it was the holiday, it was Easter, so she wasn't in the place, in the store. And so I went by yesterday. I was like, let me just check and see if she's in, because she was like, well, you can bring it up here, but if it looks like it's been used, if it's not in the proper packaging, if it's this or that, I'm not going to be able to do anything with it. And I'm going to be able to tell whether or not used it or put it in the car and took it out. I was like, oh no, that's not a problem. I'm not one of them type of people. I'm not doing all that. And then try to make you feel like I didn't do that. So she was like, okay, well, you can bring it up here and we'll see. So I finally get a chance to get up there, and when I get there, she's not there. He's like, she's gone for lunch. So he was like, but I'm a manager. What can I do to help you? I was like, well, I explained the situation. He was like, well, yeah, no, we don't do, returns, not of things like this. He was like, well, let me take a look at it. So he looked at it, looked it over and everything. He was like, well, give me a second, let me see. So he was going through I'm just praying in my head. I'm like, God, please just work this out, okay? Because this is one more thing that I am believing for, that even though they're telling me, we can't do nothing about this. This is $240. For some people, that's not a lot of money. Today, it's something. It's not nothing. It's not big, but it ain't nothing. So the man starts looking through the system. He was like, well, I don't see that you purchased it here. Did you purchase it online. I was like, yeah, I purchased it online, but they said I can bring it to any store, and since you're the closest one to me, that's the one I'm bringing it to. So he's looking and he's putting in my information. He asked me for a phone number. I give it to him. He says it's not coming up. I give him my husband's phone number. It's not coming up. He looks up my email. It's not coming up. He's like, okay, well, let me try the order number. And so he put it in, and he's like, it's not coming up. He was like, I don't know what to tell you because it's not coming up. And then he was like, well, he was like, well, give me the number again. Let me put in the order number again. So he puts in the order number again. He was like, oh, there it is. He was like, okay. So he started just typing stuff. Then he hits the button, and then he prints off what is a receipt. So he hands it to me. He's like, here you go. And so I was like, is that it? He's like, yeah, that's it. Go ahead. Here's your refund. It should go back on your card in the next few days. I was like, oh my goodness, you've been such a blessing. Thank you. This was not, major, but every little step, y'all, every single step, I'm taking it as signs. These people kept telling me over and over again, we can't do no refund for you. That's not how we do. We don't do that. If you buy certain things, you have to keep it. And that's just what our policy is. It does not matter what people are telling you. It's what God is telling you to do. Consistently in life, to me, that's what it is. God designed this world for us to live comfortably with the tools that He's given us, with food and shelter and clothing are basic necessities of people's lives. And nobody should have to worry about or be stressed or concerned about where their food is coming from, or where a roof over their head is coming from, or how they're going to get to where they need to go and when they need to be there. God is going to show up for us every single time. In little things, in big things, in things that people are telling you it doesn't make no sense, and this is not the norm, and this is not how we do it, but we're on a different level, and we're going higher with God all the time, every single day of the year. That's where we're going. So come on and go with me. I'm trying to go higher every day. I'm trying to go higher. I'm trying to make more progress. I'm trying to do better with my spirit, trying to make better choices than I did yesterday. And every day is another opportunity to do better than yesterday. Every single day is an opportunity to do better than we did the day before. So I just have to share my experiences. I got to do better with sharing my experiences because God keeps blessing me. Every time I turn around, He keeps making a way and keeps showing me that He is still with me every step of the way. So I have to encourage people around me. I have to encourage my household, and I have to encourage anybody who might be in my path in this life, to keep your head up. Keep faith and trust in God, and He is going to continue to show up as we believe and trust and have faith in Him. So this is a Wednesday, and y'all have a wonderfully blessed and highly favored day. If you hear and you still can breathe and you can hear the words that's coming out of my mouth, God has something special for you with your name written all over it. Have a blessed day.